Hello and welcome back to G-senjou no Maou. It is, 8 in the morning, more or less. I mean, I woke up at 2 hours before because I was going to bed early. So I slept about 8 hours, woke up 6 o'clock. That's not interesting, I know. But in any case, that only means I haven't do any vocal warm-ups, more or less, which I probably should consider doing, but sometimes I don't know. I always warm up while I read, and when I warmed up fully, I usually stop the recording, which is counterproductive, or I don't know. Why am I even bringing this up? In any case, let's continue, shall we? Oh god, we are going off strong again. After bidding her time for a moment, Tokita called Hashimoto. That was fast.
いいニュースよ。理事長が今こちらに向かってる。
Good news. The director's on his way as we speak.
それはよかった。ね、時間通り来れそうにはないから、もう少し待ってほしいのか。
Glad to hear it. Now you're going to say that he's not going to be here in time and that you want more time, right? Tokita laughed.
あなたに嘘はつけそうにないわね。
Looks like there's no point in trying to pull the wool over your eyes.
なめるなと言っているんだ。
I told you not to underestimate me.
それは十分承知しているわ。ところで、橋本くんは今何をしているの？
I know that well enough by now. By the way, what are you doing at the moment, Hashimoto-kun?
何って、お前の妹に睨まれているよ。
What I'm doing? I'm being stared down by your sister.
水葉は理事長に似てとっても気が小さいの。虚勢を張っているだけだから許してあげてもらえないかしら。
Mizuha and the director both are actually relatively timid. She's just bluffing, so would you mind letting her off the hook just this once? Hashimoto snorts.
そうだな。親のやったことは子供には関係ないからな。俺だってそうさ。親父のせいで部活でも白い目で見られる。理不尽な話だとは思わないか。
Sure. She's got nothing to do with the shit old man pulled. I mean, I get cold stares all day long because of my old man. A lot of quack if you ask me.
まったくだわ。ただ、あなたは学園にとってなくてはならない存在でしょ。
Oh, I absolutely agree. It's just wrong to be so cruel to people as invaluable to the school as you are. Wouldn't you agree?
おだてるなよ。潜入してきたばかりのお前は知らんだろうが、この学園はスポーツも盛んでな。バスケだけじゃない。ほら、あのアイスアリーナを見ろよ。浅井カノンみたいなのがなくてはならない存在って言うんだよ。
Oh, please. Your nose is brown enough already, Tokita. You've probably got no idea since you're new and all, but there are tons of great athletes here. And I don't just mean basketball players. Look at the skating arena over there. You wanna talk invaluable? Are thy cannons invaluable?
でも、私はあなたもすごい選手だと聞いているわ。ポジションはセンター？
But I heard you are one of the best. You play center position, don't you?
当たり前だろ。それがどうした？
Of course. What about it?
私も背が高いでしょ。バスケ部とバレー部からはしつこく勧誘を受けていてね。それでちょっと興味を持ったのよ。
I am tall too, you know. I've been approached by both the basketball team and the ballet club, so I'm a little interested.
お前みたいに筋肉のない女には無理だ。
There's no way a scrawny chick like you could play basketball.
その通りね。試しに前の学園でちょっと入部してみたの。ピッペンっていう選手がモデルのバスケットシューズも買ったのに1週間で履かなくなったわ。
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. I tried out and played for my last school's team. I bought a pair of basketball shoes that were endorsed by Pippen, but I quit a week later and haven't worn them since.
スコッティ・ピッペンか。ありゃいい選手だった。
Scottie Pippen, now that's one hell of an athlete.
シカゴブルズの人だっけ？
He played for the Chicago Bulls, why?
昔の選手だがな。巷じゃみんなジョーダンばっかり褒めたたいてたけど、ピッペンがいたからブルズは強かったんだ。
Yeah, but he's retired now. John was always the one who got all the attention, but it's Pippen that made the Bulls such a good team.
何事もチームワークは大切よね。
Teamwork is really important, isn't it? Hashimoto laughed loudly in response.
そうだな。今のは一本取られたな。
Yeah, you got me there.
どうしたの？
What do you mean?
チームワークだよ。確かに俺もお前の協力なくしては目的を達成できない。
Teamwork. You know as well as I do that I can't get what I want without your cooperation.
さすがね。だったらお互いに歩み寄れるはずよ。
Good to have you on board. We should be able to come to a compromise.
お前らが素直に要求を飲めば全て丸く収まる。明日からはまた何事もなかったように学園が始まる。
If you are a good girl and accept my conditions, everything will be just fine. We can all go on with our cheery little school lives tomorrow.
そう願っているわ。あなたが怖い人たちにボコボコにされるところなんて見たくないもの。
That's all I want. The last thing I'd like to see is these terrifying ruffians rushing in to beat you to a pulp.
俺だって妹を殺されて悲しみに暮れる時田を見たくはない。
And I'd hate to see you fall into the pit of despair after the murder of your beloved sister. Like Tokita said, Hashimoto really does have a good head on his shoulders. He's constantly grasping for the lead in his conversation with Tokita.
で、我らが理事長はまだなのか。
Well, where's the man of the hour?
残念なことにね。
Still on his way, unfortunately.
これは困ったな。あまりもたもたしていると、近所の人のいいおばちゃんが警察に通報するかもしれない。そうなったら悲しい結末になる。
That's quite a problem. If he keeps taking his damn time, some nice little old lady who's into her community watch program might call the cops. Then we'd have a real shitstorm on our hands.
承知しているわ。私だって一刻も早く理事長には来てもらいたいと思っている。だからそうね。
I realize that, and trust me, I'm with you. I'd like him to get here as soon as possible. So, She paused for a while, then spoke up decisively.
何か欲しいものはある？
Would you like me to get you anything?
怪獣しよってんだな。まあいい。理事長はあっさり解き伏せた手腕は強化しよう。
Trying to win me over again? Alright. I'll give you credit for talking over the director so easily.
ありがとう。それでハンバーガーでも食べる？
Thanks. So, do you want a hamburger or something?
あいにく腹は空かせてない。ドラマなんかで立てこもり犯がピザと引き換えに人質を解放するところを見るが、実際こうなってみると食欲なんてわかないもんだ。
Nah, unfortunately, I'm not too hungry. I've seen captors on TV and all release hostages for pizzas. But when you're really in there doing it, you kinda lose your appetite. I can't imagine ever needing food in this situation.
そう？アメリカでは結構そういう事例もあるけれど。
Really? It happens a lot in America.
わかったよ。あまりに空腹になったらお願いするとしよう。でも今はいらない。代わりにお前の初体験の思い出でも聞かせてもらおうか。
Alright, if I get hungry enough, I'll ask. But I don't need anything right now. Tell you what, why don't you tell me about your first time instead? Is he really referring to what I think he's referring to? Okay, I have a cat fight outside. I don't think you can hear it, but... oh my.
あいにくと私はプライドが高すぎるのか男性とお付き合いしたことがないの。
The cats are really going at it. Oh god, I hate it when they do that. Because it always sounds so terrifying. Okay. I've unfortunately never dated anyone. Maybe my pride gets in the way or something.
本当かね。
You shitting me? He laughs vulgarly. He seems pretty immature when he acts like that.
私を動揺させようとしてわざとそんないやらしいことを言ったのね。
Are you trying to knock me off guard by asking such lewd things? Hashimoto held his breath.
ああ、そうさ。さすがだな。小細工は通じねえか。
Yeah, you got me. I should have guessed that wouldn't work on you, though. What a sly creature.
一度電話を切るぞ。喋り疲れたんでな。差し入れをくれるってんなら飲み物を用意しとけ。スポーツドリンクがいい。お前の妹も喉が渇いたみたいだぜ。
I'm cutting the call. I'm sick of talking if you want to get me something. Wait, I'm sick of talking. If you want to get me something, get drinks. A sport drink would be good. Your sister looks pretty thirsty too.
スポーツドリンクね。それじゃあまたね。
A sports drink. Alright, I'll call you in a bit. The area was bathed in silence once more. The flashlight in the lab equipment storage room just turned off.
ですね。橋本さんも落ち着いてきたんでしょうか。
Yeah, looks like Hashimoto-san has calmed down.
なかなか手こずらせてくれるわね。
He's such a handful.
お疲れユキ。
Well done, Yuki.
春飲み物。
Haru, drinks.
あ、はい。コーラでいいですか？
Yes, would cola do? That's not a sports drink. Yusami suddenly transformed into Tokita's man Friday. Wait, what? You said into Tokita's man Friday. What? I don't get
甘
this.
口のコーヒー。ついでに橋本くんご所望のスポーツドリンクも。
Make it a coffee with sugar. And the sports drink that Hashimoto-kun wanted.
お金を。
Money?
あ、待って。コンビニで紙コップも買ってきて。
Wait. Make sure to buy a paper cup from the store.
紙コップ？
A paper cup?
ええ。ペットボトルのドリンクと紙コップを差し入れることで犯人が人質に危害を加える確率が下がるの。
Wait, what? Yes, it's been shown that giving captors a bottled drink and a paper cup decreases the chances of the captor harming the hostages. What do you mean, Tokita?
聞いたことない？ストックホルム症候群って。
Haven't you heard of Stockholm Syndrome? Sure, the hostages and the captors become friendly with one another at some point, or something like that.
そう。 長い緊張状態を共にすることで連帯感が生まれるの。
Right. A bond forms between people who are subjected to a prolonged, tense situation together. Yeah, so in this case, Hashimoto said Shiratori's thirsty. If we give him a drink and a paper cup...
そうよ。橋本くんが水張り飲み物をついで。
Oh, I'm sorry for that. My finger slipped. Yes, Hashimoto-kun would give Mizuha a drink. Do you understand? It would induce a sense of solidarity. I see. Of course. There's a chance that Hashimoto will just ignore Shiratori and drink it himself. But as long as the cup is sitting there, he'll be forced to be reminded of her. Tokita nodded.
ストックホルミングは多くの場合人質交渉を助けてくれるわ。犯人が人質を大切に思えばそれだけ解放の時間も早まる。
Stockholming usually helps along negotiations. If the criminal cares about the hostage is released sooner.
とりあえずわかりました。ダッシュで行きます。
Alright, I'll dash over to the store. Tokita handed Yusami some money and ushered her off to the nearest store. What about Eiichi? When is Eiichi getting back finally? It's weird.
それで指揮官の京介くん、犯人にスポーツドリンクを与えていいかしら。
Well, Chief Negotiator Kyosuke-kun, is it alright to give the criminal a sports drink? Sure, I can't think of any reason why not.
そう言ってくれると思ったわ。
I thought you'd say that. But have you seriously never had a boyfriend, Tokita?
あら、私に興味あり？
Oh, are you interested in me? Is it true?
交渉中は嘘をついてはいけないわ。嘘をついたらそれまで積み上げてきた信頼関係が崩れてしまうもの。
One mustn't lie during negotiations. Lying would break the mutual trust built up between the captor and the negotiator. Mutual trust? You gave the same service to Saijou. Is sympathizing with the culprit an important technique?
ネゴシエーターがあくまで強硬な姿勢を貫くと交渉ごとは 20% も合意に達しないの。逆に相手の要求に対して見返りを求めていくような協調体制を確立できれば 80% もの確率で事件が解決するわ。
If the negotiator is too bullheaded in his dealings with the criminal, he'll fail nearly 80% of the time. On the other hand, if you establish some sort of cooperative give-and-take relationship, in which you seek some form of compensation in exchange for fulfilling their demands, then figure turns around into an 80% success rate. Oh, that sounds reasonable. Is that so? Tokita smiled as if she could tell I was impressed.
私だって FBI の特別な訓練を受けたわけじゃないのよ。でも考えてみてよ。人生って毎日が交渉の連続じゃない？
It's not like I've been specially trained by the FBI. Just think about it. Everyday life is nothing but one negotiation after another. Yeah, but for some reason, some douchebags still can get someone around, and I don't know how they do that. If you want to put it like that. But on the other hand, she's right. Day is full of negotiations, I would say. Well, if you actually have someone to interact with. Sad life. I know.
朝起きて何時までに帰ってくるよう言われて、学園で先生からあれやこれやと質問されて、
You wake up in the morning and someone tells you to be back at a certain time. School teachers ask you assorted questions which you are expected to answer. You don't run into a life or death situation like this often, but I guess I can grant you that each day is a series of choices and negotiations.
あなたなら接待もするんでしょ？
Well, but you take business partners out to lunch regularly, don't you? Yeah, food and entertainment tend to lubricate contracts and transactions.
だから誰もが交渉人なのよ。私はたまたま犯罪者に興味を持ってしまったからそっち方面を勉強してただけ。
And there we have it. Point is, everyone is a negotiator. I just happened to hold an interest in criminals and began to actually study up on it. You're an odd woman, Tokita.
だから恋人もできない。
Yep, and that's why I can't get a boyfriend. She divides herself, then sends her sharp gaze to the lab equipment storage room as silence envelops the school grounds.
ただいま。なんか進展あった？
I'm back! What happened? The director got here just a minute ago. You wore flashy clothes, but gave off the aura of your average, unreliable, middle-aged buffoon. Tokita explained the situation to him as sweat dripped down from his slicked back hair onto his forehead and down his face.
校舎を取り囲んでいる連中は
So, who are the bunch surrounding the school? Acquaintances of mine.
お君は
Oh, you... We met on New Year's. And yes, these are people from my father's organization. The director cradled his head and let out a long sigh. Tokita put on a discouraged look before continuing.
要求は合計して555万です。用意できますか？
His sole demand is a sum of 5,550,000 yen. Can you prepare it?
そんな大金
That's a lot of money. Neither I nor Tokita missed the sly glimmer in his eye.
どうやら用意できるようですね。
I'll take that as a yes.
しかしこんな時間だ銀行だって閉まってる
But the banks are closed. It's so late. The banks are definitely closed, but no idiot would go straight to the bank from an illegal deal. Where's the money?
以前水葉を訪ねてご自宅にお伺いした時金庫があるのを確認しましたが
Wait, when I went to you... Wait. The banks are definitely closed, but no idiot would go straight to the bank from an illegal deal. Where's the money? Oh, where's the money? Oh, okay, I get it. When I went to your house to visit Mizuha, I confirmed you have a safe.
問題は着服した250万に上乗せされた300万ですがそれも大丈夫でしょうか
The problem would be the 3 million above and beyond your embezzled 2.5 million. Will you be able to procure the full sum? In the worst case, I could loan it to him.
わかったすまなかったまさかこんな大事になるなんて
Alright, I'm sorry. To think it would come to this.
答えになってません全額今用意できるんですか
That isn't an answer. Will you be able to procure the full sum or not? Yuki showed no mercy.
ああできるともたったの500だろ
Yes, of course. It's just 5 million, right? He acts tough with his just 5 million, but he doesn't seem to comprehend all that he's lost.
ありがとうございますそれでは犯人に連絡しますので
Thank you. I'll give Mizuha's captor the good news. After a few winks, Hashimoto's cheerful voice beams from the telephone.
理事長のご到着か
Has the director arrived?
ええ、待望のね。お金も用意できるって。
Yes, without further ado, he says he can get the money too.
そうかそうか。銀行が閉まってるだのと見えついたことを言われたら、娘を傷物にしてやるところだった。
Is that right? I was about to cut up your little sister. I expected you to spout some bullshit about banks being closed.
安心して。もうあなたの望みは叶ったも同然よ。
Relax. Your demand is as good as met. Wow, this is way more tense than the other outcome where you call the police, which is resolved in under an hour or something without happening anything.
その前に娘は水葉は無事なんだろうな。
You won't get a single yen until I know my daughter is safe. That Mizuha's safe. The director suddenly butted in.
さっき声を聞かせてやったんだから。もう一度聞きたいか。今度は悲鳴を上げさせてやってもいい。
I just let you hear her voice, didn't I? Want to hear it again? She's probably got one more good scream in her, if you want it.
やめて。あなたの目的はお金でしょ。水葉を傷つけたって何の意味もないはずよ。
Stop it! Your objective is money, isn't it? Hurting Mizuha would be meaningless.
冗談だよ時田。そのくたびれたおっさんを黙らすときな。冗談が本気になるかもしれん。
Ah, god damn it, he was still not finished talking. Whatever. It's a joke, Tokita. Just shut the tired old man up, or the joke will have to get serious. Tokita gave the director a short glance. He trembled and kept quiet.
だって金の準備だが。
Now, let's talk about getting my money out of here.
そうね。今から自宅に現金を取りに帰るから、往復で2時間見てもらえれば間違いないわ。
Very well. If he goes home to get the money, it'll take at least 2 hours to get it here.
理事長の妻を使って金を届けさせろ。そうすれば1時間で来れるだろう。
Have the fucker's wife deliver the money. That'll cut the time in half, right?
それが可能かどうか聞いてみてもいい？
Should I ask if that would be possible?
そうだな。ついでに飲み物も持ってこい。
Sure. While you're at it, get me a drink.
いいわ。その代わりと言ってはなんだけれど、のりこ先生を解放してもらえる？
No problem. As shameless as it is to ask, would you mind releasing Miss Noriko in exchange?
ジュースと人の命じゃ割に合わないが、まあいいだろう。もともとのりこ先生は無関係だからな。
Okay, that confuses me now. A drink and a woman's life don't exactly match up, but why not? Miss Noriko never really had anything to do with this anyway. I am surprised that he agrees so easily on that. I mean, it's basic. It's more or less a basic thing that it is handled like that in situations I saw on the TV at least. But still.
じゃあ今から栄一くんに持って行ってもらうわ。
Great. I'll have Eiichi bring you the drink. Eiichi's face was shot with anxiety.
お前が持ってこい、時田。
No, you bring them, Tokita.
私が？
Me?
俺はお前が気に入った。なぜだかわかるか？
I think I've taken a liking to you. Know why?
私だって理事長を快く思っていないからでしょ。
Because I don't exactly get along with the director either, right? Hashimoto laughed and grunted in the affirmative.
つまり俺たちは仲間ってことさ。かわいい坊やだ。
Uh-oh. In other words, we are comrades, my sweet, lovely child. So this is actually a weird thing because, oh come, my lovely child. It's in the poem of Maou, isn't it? Yep, that's why she gets triggered. At that moment, Yusami's pen, which had been taking notes so furiously, inexplicably stopped.
ご指名ありがとう。
Thanks for choosing me. It makes me feel special. Tokita was completely calm.
今から飲み物を持っていくわ。
I'll go get that drink now. Tokita disappeared into the darkness of the school building, holding a plastic bottle in one hand.
つうか俺まだに実感湧かないんだけど。
Man, this is unreal. I mean, I can't even believe it. I know what you mean.
マジマリコ先生解放してくれんのかね。
You think he'll really let Miss Noriko go? Hopefully. Though, if you ask me, it seems like the negotiation's gone pretty well so far. What do you think, Yusami?
そうですね。さすがユキです。正直自分なんて何の役にも立ってません。
I agree. I wouldn't expect any less from Yuki, though. I'm glad she's here, seeing as how I haven't been much help. Yeah, neither have I. She said negotiations should be done as a team, but Tokita's doing all of the work.
いやほんとユキは頼りになります。自分の唯一の友達ですから。
Well, I'm not kidding when I say Yuki's really reliable. She's my only friend. She's a little strange too. Is that why you two get along so well?
一度家に泊めてもらいましてね。それ以来主従の関係となりました。
I stayed over at her house once, and since then we lived as master and servant.
朝は起こしてあげて、昼は胸を揉まれ、夜は肩を揉まされました。
What? I wake her up in the morning, I submit to her forcible fondling at noon, and I'm forced to massage her shoulders at night. You did well to stay friends for so long. But yeah, forcible fondling, isn't that kind of a violation?
なぜか頭が上がらないんですよ。さすがにトサカに来たぜって思っても、相対して喋ってると、まあいっかってなるんです。
I just can't seem to win against her. There were times where I would be like, alright, this is the last straw. But then, whenever I confronted her about it, I always seemed to come out of it thinking, whatever, I guess it's cool. Well, some people just have that effect on others.
しかし、私がお金に困るといつもラーメンをおごってくれました。誕生日にはペンギンのぬいぐるみももらいましたし、いやはや懐かしい遠い日の記憶です。
But whenever I went into money troubles, she'd treat me to ramen, and she bought me a stuffed penguin once. A plushie, I mean. Ah, such dear old memories. Don't talk like she's dead.
私はユキの誕生日に世界の拷問という本をプレゼントしました。
Okay. I once bought her a book called Torture Methods from Around the World for her birthday. That's a really odd birthday present. No, dear God, don't give something like that to a woman like her.
すごい喜んでましたね。いやはや懐かしいアリシヒの追憶です。
She was so happy. Ah, old times. How dare you speak about old times? You're only a little bit over 18. according to the game, so you can't really speak of old times. Or maybe you can, I don't know. Whatever. I mean, how old was she? Was she when you gave her the book? 15, 14 or something? Yusami looked up at the school building with distant eyes.
Azai-kun.
The director called out to me in a reserved voice. How's it going? Will you be able to get the money here?
ああ、妻が今からタクシーを拾ってくるそうだ。
Yeah, my wife said she'll call a taxi and be here right away. He hung his head and continued.
これで全部丸く収まるのかね。
Do you think this will settle everything? At the moment, it doesn't look like this affair will end up going public, if that's what you are asking.
だといいんだがね。
That would be fantastic. He let out a heavy sigh.
まさか娘がこんな目に遭うなんて。こんなことなら。
My own daughter being involved in something as brutal as this. If I knew it was going to turn out this way. I could easily predict the rest of his sentence. I would have just given myself up. The director covered his exhausted face with his sweaty palms. Did my own father lament like this while thinking about his son? This is bad. I'm getting dizzy. I'll try not to think about anything. An unsightly father who has finally felt the twinges of a growing conscience stands before me. That's all there is to it.
京介、どうした？
You okay, Kyosuke?
お前ってたまにすげえ目つきになるよな。
It's just, you have that weird look in your eyes that you get sometimes.
ですよね。
Tell me about it. What?
なんか悩みあるなら人生経験豊富な俺に相談しろよ。
Look, if you're worried about something, maybe you should try talking to me about it. I've got lots of life experience, so I've probably got some good advice for you. You are not even older than him. Not you too, Yusami.
いえ、自分も何かお役に立てるのであればと。
I was just thinking that I'd like to help out if I can. Help out, huh?
なんです？
What? Nothing. Anyway, it looks like Tokita's back.
本当だ。のりこ先生もいる。
You're right, and Noriko's with her. Tokita walks across the schoolyard, Miss Noriko supported on her shoulders.
ただいま。
I'm back.
ユキ、何もされなかったか？
Okay, there's a plane running across my window. Great. Yuki, did he do anything to you?
ええ。意外と紳士よ、彼は。
No, he was quite the gentleman.
先生、怪我はない？
Are you hurt? Miss Noriko collapsed on the spot. She was probably too scared to even stand.
ごめんなさい。大体の事情は時田さんから聞いたわ。
Sorry, I got the gist of what's going on from Tokita-san.
中の様子はどうです？
How was it in there?
残念ながら全くわからなかったそうよ。真っ暗な役員室に閉じ込められて恐怖に震えていたみたい。
Unfortunately, she has no idea. She was locked up in the pitch-black medical supply room, trembling in fear.
隣の理科準備室からたまに橋本くんの怒鳴り声が聞こえてね。とても現実とは思えないわ。
Every now and then, I could hear Hashimoto-kun's shouts from the next room. It just doesn't feel real.
大丈夫だよ。僕がついてるよ。
Don't worry, I'm here with you now. Aishi suddenly took her hand in his. Tokita, what were things like in the lab storage room?
ええ、廊下の窓から覗いたのだけれど、水葉は後ろ手に手錠をかけられていたわ。橋本君はナイフを片手に飲み物を廊下に置いていくよう指示してきた。
From what I could see through the door's glass pane, Mizuha was in handcuffs. Hashimoto had a knife in his hand and told me to leave the drink in the corridor.
私はそれに従って飲み物を残すと、隣の部屋ののりこ先生を助けに行ったわ。
I followed his instructions and put the drink down, then went to retrieve Miss Noriko. Why did Hashimoto keep Miss Noriko and Shiratori in different rooms?
そうね。二人一緒の方が管理しやすいのに。
I was just wondering that myself. Keeping them together would be the logical choice. They'd be easier to manage. Yusami kept her gaze on Miss Noriko as she interjected herself.
のりこ先生の分の手錠なりロープなりがなかったからでしょ。
Because he had no rope or handcuffs for her.
なるほど。橋本君ものりこ先生を人質に取る気はなかったみたいだし、用意がなかったのね。
I see. Hashimoto-kun didn't plan on taking Miss Noriko hostage, so he was unprepared. Guess he was wary of a surprise attack from his unbound hostage during his negotiations with Tokita. The director suddenly became apologetically reverent toward Miss Noriko.
先生、このことは内密にお願いしたいのです。
Do you think we could keep this quiet?
内密にってこんな犯罪をですか、白鳥理事長。今すぐにでも警察に連絡するべきです。
Quiet? Keep this atrocity quiet, Director Shiratori? We should call the police right this instant. Quite the natural opinion.
犯人は警察に連絡すれば娘を殺すと言っているんです。親としてそんな真似はできません。
The man said he'd kill my daughter if we call the police. As a parent, I can't let that happen. Whether that's the truth or he's trying to protect the school, the director was desperately trying to convince Miss Noriko.
まずは人質の命を優先しましょう。犯人は要求さえ満たせれば水葉を解放してくれます。
Our top priority at the moment should be the remaining hostages' safety. The culprit will release Mizuha if we can just meet his demands. Miss Noriko hung her head, perplexed. Perhaps she was overpowered by Tokita's confidence.
時田さんが私を救ってくれたのだから、わからないわけでもないけれど。
Well, I guess you did manage to save me, Tokita-san. And it's not like I'm trying to be ungrateful here, but... Miss Noriko, I think we should avoid calling the police for now. I don't know what the Sonoyama men I have scattered about would say if the police showed up all of a sudden. The worst case scenario would be a confrontation between the two parties. We'd undoubtedly have more than a simple negotiation on our hands if that came to pass.
あなたたちは一体。
Who are you kids? Tokita smiled.
勇者とそのご一行ですよ。
The hero and her entourage. Huh. Still, Tokita. Before the money gets here, there's something I need to confirm. Are you really going to comply with the terrorist demands and hand over the money?
どう思う？指揮官？
What do you think, Chief? She smiled in challenge. I answered hesitantly. Ensuring Shiratori's safety is our number one priority. We have no choice but to comply.
同じ意見だわ。
I completely agree. However, we can't be absolutely certain that he'll release the hostage after he gets the money.
私の見立てでは彼は目的さえ達成できれば約束は守るタイプだと思うけれど
Judging by my analysis, he's the type to keep his word as long as he's able to achieve his goal. Well, and I suppose killing Shiratori wouldn't do him any good.
ええ彼が本当に殺したいのは
Right, the one he really wants to kill is... She shot the director a quick glance. Yeah. As I watched Toki turn the director, I hurried my decision. What do you think, Yusami? Yusami was stroking her chin with the back of her hand, seemingly pondering something.
橋本さんは現金を受け取ってどうやって逃亡するつもりなのでしょうか。
How does Hashimoto-san plan to escape after taking the money? Escape? You think he's going to try to make a break for it?
ええ、彼は自分にも将来があるとか言っていましたが、どうなんでしょう。
Of course! He said something about having a future. As it stands, he should be worried about seeing tomorrow. This represents a huge oversight on our part.
人質を取って校舎に立てこもったんですよ。その上500万からの現金を奪って明日から何事もなかったかのように部活に精を出す橋本さんがいると思いますか？
He took hostages and barricaded himself in the school. On top of that, he's stealing more than 5 million yen. Do you honestly think he's just going to waltz into class tomorrow and go to basketball practice afterwards? He put a knife to his homeroom teacher's throat.
春の言う通りだわ
Haru's right, you know?
水葉を解放してしまえば我々も理事長ももう彼の命令を聞く必要がありません。一度奪われた現金も何とかして取り返すでしょう。
Once Mizuha's released, we'll have no reason to obey his orders. We should be able to retrieve the ransom somehow. God damn it, wrong voice. But still, why is this such a blown up thing where everything is so hard to achieve, but when I chose the other thing, it suddenly became so easy?
警察ではなく我々に挑戦してきたのは単に我々の方が組みしやすいと思ったからでしょう。さらに言えばユキへの復讐も兼ねているのかもしれませんが。
The only real reason he chose to go up against us instead of the police is probably because he figured we could be easier to deal with. Of course, exacting revenge on Yuki may have also played a small factor.
安西さん、もともと橋本さんは目出し帽をかぶっていましたよね。
But, Adai-san, think back to the beginning of this incident. Hashimoto-san was wearing a ski mask, remember? Yeah, completely covered his face. I didn't even realize it was Hashimoto until he spoke.
ということは、橋本さんは変声機でも使い、自分の身元を隠して交渉に乗り出す予定だったのでしょう。しかし、私と浅井さんがいち早く現場に駆けつけたものだから、やむを得ず正体を晒したんです。
The ski mask implies he originally intended to hide his identity. He would have likely used the voice distorter once negotiations started, but we got here too quickly. In the end, he decided to give up and reveal himself. You might be right about that.
橋本さんは自分の正体をばらさずに現金を奪うつもりだった。これならば明日から何食わぬ顔で学園に来るつもりだったとしてもおかしくはありません。
Hashimoto-san had planned on taking the money without leaking his identity. If that was indeed the case, then it wouldn't be strange for him to come to school tomorrow. To sit 15 feet away from a girl he held hostage the night before. I was convinced. But now that his identity is out, he's finished. He has nothing left to do but run.
問題はこの包囲網の中でどうやって逃げるのかということです。
So, the question remains, how does he plan on getting away with his school encircled?
一番考えられるのは水葉を人質にしたまま用意させた車で逃走するというパターンね。
My experience would dictate he'll demand a prepared car, deciding to keep Mizuha hostage for a time. Yusami's expression grows dark and grim for a moment.
どうもおかしいですね。
There's something strange here.
勘ですがね。
Call it a hunch. I teased her with a cooked smile. Let me guess. You think your Maou was back and he had a hand in this. Yusami stared straight into me.
ええ、ビンビンに。
Yes, most definitely. Not really, because Kyosuke was here the entire time, and normally we would have seen if Maou had something to do with it, because we are in Kyosuke's head. So Kyosuke is basically a triple split personality? More or less, I think, at least. Oh god, I'm getting thirsty again. It's been 3 hours since this whole affair started. Despite having direct orders from one of their superiors, the Tsunoyama men are on their last nerves. They can't handle the lethargy much longer, smoking the time away as they sit on the grass. I watched as the taxi driver eyed the school suspiciously for a moment, then drove away. Apparently Hashimoto's ransom has arrived.
橋本くん、お待たせ。
Sorry to keep you waiting, Hashimoto-kun. Tokita immediately resumed the negotiations.
ええ、スーツケースに500万入っているわ。
We have a suitcase containing 5 million yen.
スーツケース？それはまたかさばるものに入れてくれよかったな。
A suitcase? Way to put it in a blatantly obvious bag. If he's inconceived by the bag being conspicuous, then he really must be planning on making a run for it.
まあいい。ならそれをこっちに持ってきてもらおうか。
Well, whatever. Bring it to me.
わかったわ。また私が持っていけばいいのよね。
Of course. Shall I deliver it personally again?
ああ。他の連中は信用ならんからな。
Yeah, I can't trust those other guys.
じゃあ、その時に水葉も解放してもらえる？
Then, when I bring you the money, will you release Mizuha? Hashimoto laughed deeply.
慌てるなよ、時田。
Don't be hasty, Tokita.
あら、どうしたの？私とあなたの仲じゃない。
Hmm? Why, wait. Doesn't this conclude our business?
そうだな。金をきっちり用意したんだから、俺もお前の役に立ちたいとは思う。しかし白鳥を解放したら、俺はどうやって逃げればいいんだ？
Yeah, you prepared the dove like a good girl, so I wish I could help you out. But if I release Shiratori, how am I going to get away? As I thought.
車を用意してもらおうか。ボンボンの浅井にでも頼め。できるだろう。
Prep a car for me. Ask that witch Snot Azai or something. Should be no problem, right?
それは聞いてみないとわからないわ。
I won't know until I ask around. A car? I guess I could probably get a company car from the other corporation offices.
いいか、車は絶対に用意しろ。ここは譲歩できん。起きたもわかるだろう。お前が犯人だったらどうだ？
Listen up. You better get a damn car. I'm not gonna roll over and compromise on this. You understand as well as I do how serious this is, Tokita. If you were the criminal here, what would you do?
ええ、全く妥当ね。逃げられる算段が整っているのならね。
Yes, you are absolutely right. I would prepare an escape route if possible. But as long as he's in this city, he won't be able to escape from the Tsunoyama group.
わかったな。まずはケースを持ってこい。車の到着を確認したら、こっちからまた連絡する。
I'm glad we are on the same page now. First, bring the money up here. Once I see my wheels waiting, I call you again. The call ended and Tokita shrugged her shoulders.
というわけだけれど、京介くん。
You hit the man, Kyosuke-kun? Alright, I'll prepare a car.
やけに早い決断ね。
That was an awfully quick decision. He has no idea about the extent of which my father controls the city. Even if he manages to get away in the car, we'll nab him soon enough. It's no different than the situation with Saijo.
わかったわ。私も今からお金を届けに行くわ。
Very well. I'll go deliver the money to him then. Alright, don't do anything rash, like attack Hashimoto or something.
水葉に何かあったら、さすがにわからないわ。
I won't. I don't know what I'd do if anything ever happened to Mizuha. Tokita smiled as she walked once more toward the darkness of the school, suitcase in hand.
いよいよ大詰めってやつか。
So I guess this is the finale, huh? Eiichi muttered as he huddled with Miss Noiko.
なんかよ、椿の時もそうだったけど、凶悪犯罪って結構あるもんなんだな。
Man, this is pretty much the same thing that happened to Tsubaki's kid brother. I had no idea these kinds of terrible crimes even existed, let alone were so common. Yeah. I casually looked over at Yusami. Things have been bizarrely chaotic recently. Ever since she moved here. "30 minutes later, Hashimoto's getaway car arrived. A few Sonoyama cars were also on standby, just off campus. How were things on the inside, Tokita?
二人で仲良く差し入れのドリンクを飲んだようね。いい兆候とは言えるわ。
They seemed to be drinking together in a friendly manner. It bodes well, I'd say. Did Hashimoto say anything to you?
いいえ。速やかに出ていくよう言われたわ。
No, I was promptly asked to leave. Well, everything's all set now. All that remains is to wait for Hashimoto's call.
浅井さん、学園の方位は完璧でしょうか。
Adai-san, is the school's barricade really flawless? What do you mean?
いえ、この学園は外の塀が低いので、校舎から出られると、あとはどうとでも逃げられるのではないかと。
Nothing. It's just that the fence around the school's pretty short. Once he gets out of the building, he could just hop it and be done with us, couldn't he? We're covering first floor windows, the main entrance, staff entrance, any possible exit to the building has been practically sealed. Isn't that good enough?
ならいいんですがね。皆さんもお疲れのようですし、ちょっと不安になりました。
Yeah, it should be. The man looked worn out, so I was just a little worried. And what about you? You must be tired too. Hashimoto's made it pretty clear that he intends to march right out. Get in the car and drive off.
あ、そうでしたね。何を言ってるんすかね、自分は。
Oh, right. What am I thinking? She scratches her head in embarrassment. What about you, Tokita? How are you holding up? Oh. I mean, you of all people must be tired as hell. Well, she slept up until deep into the afternoon, so she shouldn't be exhausted yet. But I think mental exhaustion can be a thing.
嬉しいわね。じゃあ肩でも揉んでちょうだい。
It's sweet of you to worry. Tell you what, you can massage my shoulders if you want. You've got enough energy to crack jokes, so I'm sure you'll be fine. Still, she's a little quiet. She must be worn out from the long negotiations. She'll be able to rest soon, though. The upcoming chase scene will be left to my expertise.
京介君って特定の女の子いるの？
Oh, I like those questions. So, Kyosuke-kun, is there a special girl out there somewhere you can't wait to get back to? What's this about? Togita laughs.
これもストックホルミングかしらね。長い間チームを組んでたものだから、あなたと妙な連帯感を覚えているの。
I wonder if this is Stockholm too? Working closely with you for so long has given me a sense of unification with you. I know what you mean, but I'll pass.
そう、
Aw,
残念ね。
aw, pity. That kind of joke is unlike Tokita.
浅井さんには自分がいますもんね。
I'm Azai-san's special girl. Kill yourself.
あらあら、あうんの呼吸とはこのこ
Oh,
とね。
that was so cute. I'm Azai-san's special girl. Kill yourself. Why? I don't understand it. I think he's only so hostile to her because his other side actually takes control in that situation for a brief moment every fucking time. My, you're already practically a married couple. Tokita smirked with her arms crossed.
それにしても連絡がないですね。
Hashimoto sure is taking a sweet time to call us back. Yeah, he should be able to see the car from up there. Heck, he should even be able to hear it.
もう少し待ってみましょう。何かあったのかも。
Let's try to stay patient. Something might have come up. If we get antsy and jump the gun, it might tick him off.
でも待つにしても限度があるでしょ。
But we can't wait forever, can we? Alright, we'll wait 10 more minutes. Yet 10 minutes later, there had still been no contact from Hashimoto.
つながらないわ。
Oh, the music's great. He's not picking up. Tokita tried calling twice, but in vain.
どうします？
What should we do? This is upsetting. What happened? Tokita, what's your take on that situation? On this situation?
正直予測がつかないわ。
Honestly, I have no idea. Did he suddenly change his mind?
それはないと断言したいわね。これまでの交渉過程で私は私の持てる力を全て出し切ったわ。
I wish I could deny that with full confidence. Still, I've done everything in my power up to this point, so the chances are slim. Then why isn't he calling us? We've met each and every one of his demands. Tokita pierced me with her stern eyes. Oh, I'm sorry. There's no way you'd know that. But the question remains, what do we do now?
様子を見に行くしかないでしょうね。
We have to go in and see what's going on. Yeah, I think that's the best option. Which of us will go though?
俺が行こうか？
I could go if you all want. An unlikely volunteer waves his unexpected hand.
なんつうか、さすがに俺も一発くらい橋本をぶん殴ってやらねえと気が済まねえっつうか。
You know how it is, man. I don't think I'll sleep right until I knock Hashimoto a good one. No one's going to knock him a good one, Eiichi. Chiwatoi's life's on the line here.
でもさ。
But then Tokita stepped in.
いいわ。私と栄一くんで行きましょう。
Very well. Eiichi-kun and I will go together.
ユキが
I guess it would be justified to send someone who's on good terms with Hashimoto, seeing as how you'd be less likely to agitate him.
京介くんはここで全体の指揮があるでしょう。
In any case, you should stay here, Kyosuke-kun. Between your man and your position as chief negotiator, we need you at the school gate. Sure.
ハリは京介くんを補佐してあげて。今までずっとそうだったんでしょ。
Haru, assist Kyosuke-kun. You've become accustomed to that role by now, correct?
まあ
I guess. Tell me about it. I keep getting caught up in Yusami's trouble for some reason.
ええ。何かあったら助けてちょうだい。
That's right. So, if anything happens, the least you can do is help him out, Haru.
僕が守ってあげるよ。
I'll protect you, Yuki-sama.
心強いわね。
That's reassuring. Tokita must have realized that Eiichi's presence may cause Hashimoto to drop his guard. Eiichi's reputation for idiocy will have preceded him after all. In any case, he'll be less threatening to Hashimoto than Yusami or me.
それじゃあ行くわよ、栄一くん。
Well then, let's go, Eiichi. Sir, yes sir! Looking somewhat nervous, the two disappeared into the school building. What happened up there?
最悪の場合、水葉がもう殺されているかもしれません。
The worst possibility is that Mizuha has already been killed. I thought of that too. They could have gotten into a scuffle and killed each other. I'd certainly It certainly explain his missing phone call at least.
ユキはそれを覚悟の上で校舎に入っていったんでしょうね。
Yuki must have prepared herself for something like that before going into the school just now. She's brave, that friend of yours.
かっこいいんですよ。本当にかっこよすぎるくらいです。
She's really cool too. Almost too cool. And immediately after Yusami finished her sentence, the phone rang with a claimer. Of course, it wasn't Tokita's phone. It was mine. What's going on? What's wrong, Tokita?
信じられないわ。
I don't believe it. Tokita's typically calm voice was shaking. What happened?
落ち着いて聞いて。
Calm down and listen. Alright.
いないのよ。
He's not here. What? Tokita steadied her breathing, settled herself, and said,
水葉も橋本くんもいない。
Mizuha, Hashimoto-kun, they aren't here. God, wrong voice, but still. That's not Then Tokita yelled.
あるのよ。二人とも忽然と消えてしまったのよ。
The moment of truth! Oh, here we go, baby! Wait! Oh, I thought it couldn't go any higher. Sorry that I yelled into the microphone. I was concerned that it didn't work like it should, but I just didn't reach the peak yet. In any case, It happened! God damn it! The two of them just up and disappeared! But how? After hearing Tokita's report, Yusami and I headed straight for the lab storage room.
落ち着きましょう、浅井さん。
We need to calm down, Adai-san. I know.
人が消えるなんてありえません。
People don't just disappear. Yeah, Tokita just panicked out of worry for her sister. We ran down the corridor and threw open the door to the lab equipment storage room. And it truly was empty.
さっき取り逃がしてごめんなさい。
Sorry for getting riled up just now. Don't be. It came as a shock to me as well.
仕事の野郎どこ行ったんだ
That bastard Hashimoto! Where the hell did he run off to? Eiichi paces up and down the room, unable to keep his cool. I give the room a quick search. The plastic bottle Hashimoto supposedly drank from and a single paper cup lay on top of the desk. The flashlight Hashimoto apparently used lay alongside them.
浅井さん、床に手錠が。
Adai-san? Wait. Adai-san, there are handcuffs on the floor. The black handcuffs that robbed Mizuha of her freedom were lying plain as day across the linoleum floor.
手錠を外したということは。
Removing her bonds could only mean... Tokita bit her lip in regret. Did her despair get the best of her? She couldn't bring herself to say those next few words. Mean what, Tokita?
時間稼ぎだったのよ。
He was merely buying time. Tokita seemed to reinforce her failing spirit.
車を用意させて、さも正面から逃げるように油断させておいて、こっそりどこかから逃げたんじゃ。
I believe that he asked us to prepare a vehicle in order to knock us off the right track. We let our guards down, thinking that he would leave through the front gate in his getaway car, and he was able to run off secretly in the meantime. That's ridiculous. He's still in the building. I shouted. No, I didn't. That's ridiculous. He's still in the building. The Sonoyama man outside heeded my call. I need to have them perform a thorough search of the school. The exits were completely sealed. There's no way he could have made it beyond these walls. Unless there's an underground tunnel nobody knew of.
本当かどこか穴があったんじゃないか
Really? Are you sure there wasn't some escape route somewhere? An escape route?
例えば秘密の出入り口とかよ
Like a secret exit or something. This isn't the time for A chill suddenly dashed up my spine. Wait. My face must be twisted beyond belief right now. Now that I think about it, wasn't the school being expanded? Yes. Of course. That was the spark that kindled this whole fiasco. Are the renovations done yet?
いやでもほとんど終わってるって
No, but they say it's almost there. What have they been working on?
まだ立ち入り禁止だからよく知らないけど1階に新しく通路ができてるとこは
It's still taped off, so I don't really know. But I hear there's a new hallway on the first floor. That hallway has windows, doesn't it? Eiichi nodded. Damn it! I'm so sorry. This was entirely my fault.
知らなくて当然です。
No one would expect you to know something like that.
そうね。学園の関係者か。水葉なら、あるいは知っていたかもしれないけど。
That's right. Only the school staff and faculty would have known that. And apparently, Mizuha Eiichi. Hashimoto must have asked Shiratori about the secret exit. Well, all we can do is give it chase now. I reached for the door. Leave the rest to me. Go home. Everyone. He got away on foot sometime around 30 minutes ago. If we come through the area closely, we should be able to catch him.
俺も行く。
Wait! I'm coming too! I left Eiichi behind as his fleet footsteps echoed through the dark corridor. Okay! I'm going to leave this episode right here, but because this is already well over an hour, so I hope you enjoyed it so far. Leave a like if you did. And by the way, I called it. And I will hopefully see you then in the next episode. Stay tuned.